Bethune-Cookman coming up in the top half of the 8th inning with a 2-run lead in this MEAC clash with Bethune-Cookman at the top of the Southern Division. Delaware State is atop the Northern Division of MEAC, 14-1 in conference play on an 8-game win streak. Big series coming up, North Carolina Central and Savannah State, 2nd and 3rd in the Southern Division, both in front of North Carolina A&T. Cameron Day continuing to do big things this week, MEAC Player of the Week for Norfolk State.
If Bethune wants to continue their success at going into postseason play, they're going to have to show up and play well in Norfolk. I think this is a Delaware State team that's proven they can go out and win. They've beaten some teams that traditionally they don't beat. They've got some quality wins on the year, and I think the northern part of the conference is kind of tired of being taken for granted, just assuming that the winner of the South, which has been Bethune-Cookman, was going to win the MEAC automatic bid to postseason.
First at bat of the day for Jordan Taylor. Came in as a defensive sub at first base. The pitcher Acevedo staying in 2-hit, moving from 3rd. Jake Welch finishes his day 1 for 2 with a walk, a run scored, and an RBI. A good day for Welch. He do lose his bat out of the 9 spot, but again, that was a 167 hitter who did some really good things at the plate. Taylor, just a freshman. Wayhew's had a 2-1 breaking ball and misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Palm Coast, Florida native.
Watch the release point from Mackey. He really gives the hitters a lot of reaction time to get to his ball. His release point's so high, he doesn't really step downhill. So as a hitter, you get to see it the whole time coming. He could probably gain some more miles per hour in his fastball if he really extended that left leg and bent that knee. It's kind of a high release point. He doesn't really get down on it.
Ends up walking Taylor. And Mackey, who gave up a leadoff single in the 7th in his first inning of relief and then retired the rest of the side in order, walks Taylor, the number 9 hitter. And back to the top of the order for Josh Johnson. Man at first, nobody out for Bethune-Cookman, trying to punch in a couple of insurance runs. This is a crucial series in the MEAC, especially for North Carolina A&T. At home, after they got swept a year ago by Bethune-Cookman at home. But it did split earlier this season, or rather, I should say, Bethune took 2 of 3 in Daytona Beach earlier this season. But A&T got a win against Bethune. That was their first win since 2007 over Bethune-Cookman. They hadn't beaten them since May 20th, 5 years ago.
They weren't the first team. I mean, think about it. Bethune had gone 2.5 years of
46 straight MEAC games.
Conference games. This is the thing. It's one thing not to just have a series, okay, but to not lose a game in conference play. I don't know if that's a record we'll see touched anytime soon.
I did it for 2 straight 18-0 campaigns over the course of that. 2 balls and no strikes on Josh Johnson. A couple of base hits and a couple of runs today. You're talking about the form, though, for Joe Mackey. Let me see it.
Watch the follow-through. Sometimes you see a pitcher get his chest to his knee. His chest comes nowhere close. You know, straight up, straight down. Get the extension out there. Get that bend in there. By releasing the ball so high, batters really get an opportunity to see that ball in extra split second.
They just called a balk against Joe Mackey. And that allows Jordan Taylor to take second base. So maybe a little hitch right there. No pitch, it's a balk. And a man in scoring position with nobody out of the 8th for the top of the Bethune-Cookman order. The Wildcats do have a season-high 6 steals. I wouldn't expect Taylor to try to steal one here with nobody out. Not one of those unwritten Cardinal rules, never make the first or third out at third.
I think, they probably won't call the steal unless he gets an absolute great jump, but they'll rely on the pass ball or something of that nature. You've already got the runner in scoring position.
The top 3 in this order for Bethune-Cookman have combined for 5 hits and 3 RBIs. 3-0 to Josh Johnson. Take it all the way. 46 straight MEAC wins for Bethune-Cookman. 18-0 last year, 36 overall in terms of wins. 12 of the last 13 MEAC titles, 6 straight. Hot shot to center. Copeland started in, goes back, and recovers to make the catch. One away. That's a tough one. The one hit hard right at you, and Copeland had to do a little dance before he made the grab. One down in the 8th.
Got a pitch to hit and hit the ball well. That's what you want. 3-1 count. Hit the ball hard someplace, but hit one of those Adam balls. He hit it right at him.
Here's Brandon Turner, 1 for 4 with an RBI. Faced the freshman Mackey for the first time. Mackey coming off a very good high school career. The Holly Springs High School, majoring in sports science at North Carolina A&T, a top 50 player out of the state of North Carolina. Taylor at second base, and Mackey will look him back to the bag. Breaking ball gets away from Jordan. That will likely be a pass ball, allowing a man to reach third and Taylor.
You kind of have the feeling that's what the Wildcats were waiting for. No need to send the runner. Just let them make a mistake. Breaking ball a little bit. Too much snap on it. Oh, wow. That's not a pass ball. That's an error. Look at the catcher's glove. Look how he turns downward to catch that ball. He just didn't read it right.
Now a man at third, and a big swing and a miss from Brandon Turner, and to count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a chance to get a big insurance run for Turner here.
I don't know if I've ever seen a catcher try and go down and get a breaking ball with your glove going down.
Missing, kind of banged off the top of his glove.
Off the top of his glove.
Jordan wanted an appeal, but Turner in no way went around. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. It has been a tough day for Jordan. Has dealt with a lot of breaking stuff between Paulino and Mackey, and has dealt a pass ball, has given up 6 steals. It's been a tough day for Jordan behind the plate. 2-2 to Turner. Jordan, fundamental play, looks back to third, making sure Taylor's not going anywhere, and finishes off a Mackey strikeout. 2 down in the 8th inning, and Mackey with a big opportunity with 2 outs to prevent that run from coming in despite the leadoff walk. Well, here's David Lee, and how many times have we seen this? Already
He's been
3 times. Yeah.
Runners in scoring position.
That's right. He has delivered when need be. That's a good stop from Jordan. Lee, an RBI single in the 1st. RBI single in the 4th. Forced a tough play for Marquise Riley. An error allowed a run to score when Lee bounced 1 in the 6th. Trying to drive in another run. It's a high strike, and it's 1-1.
Mackey operating dangerously high in the strike zone right now with a good hitter at the plate. We've seen Lee earlier go down and get the low fastballs, low pitches. He can hit good pitches. He needs to keep that ball low.
On the ground, O'Reilly into his chest, and he throws out David Lee to end the inning. So a leadoff walk, a balk, a pass ball, but Mackey works out of some trouble and keeps it a 2-run game.